All right, so we're live right now, and I want to answer a viewer question. And by the way, I am Mike Turner, your friendly filmmaker. And yeah, I had a good viewer question, and I just want to go and answer it live because I just felt like it. So let me pull it up so I could recite it verbatim. Let's see here. Okay, so here's the question. Would you still recommend the FX30 today as a beginner content creator camera for talking head videos, or would you lean more towards a full frame entry level system like the Sony ZV-E1? Now, this is a really good question. And the person asking this question is also named Mike, because Mike's always ask good questions. And that's what we do. That's what we do. And that's my Barack Obama impression, if you didn't catch that. Anyway, so what do I think about that? So there's a couple of things when it comes to full frame. So I'm going to be very honest and say that I'm quite biased when it comes to crop sensor cameras. Right now, what's filming us is a crop sensor camera. That is the Sony A6600, which we're going to talk a little bit about specifically, or at least the newer version of it, the A6700. But before we go there, he asks about the FX30, which is this one right here, which I also own. And I love this camera. I have used the FX3, which is the version of this that is full frame. People swear by that camera. People love the FX3, and I understand why they love the FX3. It is a good camera. There is no doubt about that. It is a very good camera as well. Here's the issue. To me, it's like when you buy a full frame camera, there's a premium, right? People say the image quality is much better. I don't agree with that. I think you get really good image quality with a crop sensor camera like the FX30 or a 6700 or a Sony ZV-E10. It's just field of view is really what you're getting. So, I mean, right now I'm shooting with the Tamron 17 to 70 millimeter lens. It's an f2.8 lens. And I'm just going to kind of see what it's zoomed into. Okay, so it's right around, I don't know, 23 millimeters. So you figure if you were using 23 millimeters on a full frame, obviously it'll be a whole lot wider than this. So instead of the frame ending here, you go to here. It's wider. Sometimes that's really good because some of the spaces that you're shooting in, it might be really tight. I'm trying to see, hold on, I'm trying to see if I'm getting good, seems like some of my frames are cutting in and out, which is a problem. I hope this is clear. Because if it's not, oh, it's coming up poor. Okay, maybe I'm streaming too high quality. Oh, what's up? Just saw somebody visited. What's up to you too? Is my quality looking poor? Is it coming in good? Because it's showing me that it's poor. I can't really tell. I was going to try to monkey around with some stuff. Let me get the optimal zoom. Blows my iPhone. Oh, cool. Glad to hear that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so you're getting like a wider field of view, which sometimes, depending on the space that you're in, that's going to be helpful when you have full frame, especially if you still want to blur out backgrounds and stuff like that. You'll be able to do it more so with a full frame camera than you can with an APS-C camera. But it's not like you can't do it because they make so many lenses now that are very fast, meaning the apertures open up really wide to let a lot of light in. So you still can blur out backgrounds even if you have something like a 16 millimeter f1.4. So long as it's close enough, you can blur a background a little bit, right? So you still have that option. But now also when you get the full frame camera, another thing to think about is that the lenses are typically going to be bigger and they're going to be heavier and they're going to be more expensive. And I mean, even on my APS-C cameras, if I want to use a full frame lens, I can, because the E-mount is the same whether it's full frame or APS-C. So I can do that if I want to. I have that option, but then I can also use the smaller, lighter, cheaper APS-C lenses and save myself some money. So that's typically why I lean more toward APS-C. It's because I'm cheap. I don't want to spend a premium for glass. I just don't. So in using something like the Sony E1, you're going to have a camera that's going to have better image quality, probably better low light performance. But again, image quality, that's just like, they all look good nowadays. It's hard to say, but some people will say it's better image quality. You definitely probably get some better low light performance. Yes, I agree with that. But the camera itself is more money, right? The Sony ZV-E1 is like $2,500 camera. The Fx30 is like, I think, a $1,700 camera. So it's a little bit cheaper, right? Actually, a lot cheaper. And then if you were to get something, to me, if you're a beginner creator, do you even need the Fx30? And here's another conversation. I almost say you don't need it. The reason I have the Fx30 is because I was shooting a lot of events, namely weddings. And I'm shooting outdoors in the summertime, sometimes in 90-degree weather, 100-degree weather. This comes with a fan, so it doesn't overheat. That is a necessity. I have to have that. But if I'm just shooting talking head videos inside of my home like I am right now, which I'm assuming the viewer is going to be doing, do you really need a fan? I don't know. I can't answer that. I doubt you do. In that situation, something like a Sony A6700, which is very similar to this camera, same sensor, almost all of the same shooting modes for video, basically the same specs, you get a camera that's even less money than this one that can almost do the same thing. It just doesn't have the fan. It doesn't have some of the tally lights. This thing lights up like a Christmas tree when you're recording, which I love, because then you never miss hitting the record button. And of course, there's some additional features too that has time code and things like that. Again, doing talking head videos for content creation, you're probably not going to use half of the features that come in this. So something like an A6700, or even less money, a Sony ZV-E10, which I think is only around $1,300 at the time of making this video. I'll put links down below too so you can check out all the current prices. I just feel like that might be a better thing for a beginner content creator. Something like a Sony's ZV-E10. Now the difference with that one is from the A6700 or even the Fx30, both of these cameras come with internal, what they call IBIS, in-body image stabilization. So even with the prime lens that doesn't have any stabilization built into it, there's still stabilization built into the camera. So that I find is really nice for shooting events too. It's something I kind of can't live without. But again, if I'm doing talking head videos and I'm going to be on a tripod like this, do you even need that? No. I think you could get away with a Sony ZV-E10 and still get fantastic results, fantastic looking video for a very inexpensive price. You have a whole slew of lenses to choose from, whether they're APS-C. Even if you want to get into full frame glass, you can. I just think it gives you more options. And yeah, that's just my opinion. So it's one of the reasons why I just tend to lean more toward APS-C. So yeah, I think that answers the question. I really hope that you guys can see me well, because it just keeps saying that my connection is poor. I don't get that. Why is it? I mean, I got Fios, I got fiber optic. I don't even understand what. Well, I probably did something wrong in OBS. So anyway, if this video looks really, really bad or sounds really, really bad, there's always something called the delete button, which I will be hitting, and we'll record this again at some later date. But hopefully that's helpful to anybody out there who is considering getting a camera for talking head style videos and knowing what you should look at. Is your space really tight and you really want to blur your background because you have a bunch of crap back there, you don't want to organize it? Maybe you need full frame, you know, maybe. I still would probably do APS-C. If you have more space and if you want to save money and you still will have really good quality, APS-C. And that's all I got for you. Make sure you subscribe. And by the way, if you like this microphone here with the lights and stuff, and you like the way it sounds, I have a video about this. This is the Fifine AM8 Pro T model. You can look on my channel for that. Maybe I'll even put a link down below if you're interested in that. Yeah. And thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you soon. And I can't find the end button, so this is awkward. Can't find, there it is.